listened to the song, but I didn't really think much of it. It felt like a more sexually charged early Jonas Brothers. Welcome, listeners, and thank you for tuning into Those Nerds Over There. We are your hosts. I'm Alan.
And I'm Sal.
This is a podcast where we take a part of nerd culture and talk about it passionately as nerds do. And listeners, thank you so much for bearing with us last week. You know, it really means a lot, the support and the time you give us. So thank you so much.
Yeah, and thank you to Alan for holding down the fort. He did a great job.
Thank you.
And I am no longer dying.
Oh, good. Yeah, no, you definitely sound a lot better.
Yes.
Before. But I was really worried because, I don't know, I feel like top 10 lists, and even then I got even lazier, but I always have a weird inkling that top 10 lists are a little lazy.
Oh, okay.
So I was a little concerned about that, and I only did 8, so I guess I'm even lazier.
I also had concerns, but after listening to it, I was like, oh, you did a good job. Because I would not be able to record myself as well.
Was it, if it helps, because you'll have to do something similar eventually, but
Yeah.
I originally did a non-scripted recording, and I immediately tossed that one out because it was nothing but 30 minutes of just frenetic rambling. So then I had to type up a script I went off of after.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then I wouldn't feel bad scripting it. But these episodes are unscripted.
These episodes are.
Yes.
All right. Should we get into our nerd question?
Yes, that sounds like a good idea.
All right. So here at Those Nerds Over There, we have what we call the nut jar. This is a jar that I emptied of its nuts, and now we fill with nerd-themed questions provided by our wonderful, wonderful listeners. If you have, a really cool discussion question in mind, feel free to send it to us on Twitter at ThoseNerdsCast or our email, thosenerdscast@gmail.com. Be sure to leave some kind of social media tag or something so we can give you a shout out. But here we go.
Hey.
All right. Ooh, okay. This one, Sal, comes from our beloved friend Ted.
Oh.
Yep. He asks, when did you first realize you were in fact a nerd? You can find him on Twitter at whereissuspiria. That's SUSPIRIA, and on Twitch at susandfriends.
All right. His
Sal,
tag is his tag is at Sus and Friends on Twitch.
I believe it is.
I'm pretty sure it's Where is Suspiria.
Then go to that one. I don't know why I thought it was Sus and Friends.
Fail plug. Because he had like a banner that just said Sus and Friends all the time.
Oh.
Anyway,
go to Where is Suspiria. And Sal, when in fact did you realize you were a nerd?
when in fact did I realize I was a nerd? That's a good question.
I've got like a really bad story, a nerd story I could tell. That might be when I realized I was a nerd.
All right, well, start telling it, and then maybe I'll be like, wait, no, never mind.
All right, so I can't really point to any singular moment I realized I was a nerd, but I do have this one moment where I realized, holy crap, this is way too nerdy.
Okay.
So, do you know Heroes of the Storm?
Yes.
Right, so I was really into Heroes of the Storm when it first came out, and there was actually a Heroes of the Storm tournament / convention that was held in Las Vegas, and it was free. It was free to go.
Okay.
And yeah, so I went with a few of my friends, and all those friends were very reluctant, but I was all too excited to go. And there was a lot of free things to do, and one of those things was getting an airbrush tattoo.
Ooh, that
Yeah.
actually sounds kind of fun.
It is, but just hold on a second, because I think I was a senior in high school, and so you have this like, and everyone else is a child at the convention. So you have this senior in high school going up to this airbrush tattoo artist, and the crazy part of me for some reason had asked that he give me the Heroes of the Storm logo as a tramp stamp.
What?
So, so then I just sit down in his chair and I lift the back of my shirt, and I think I killed him a little inside. I don't think I could just look at him.
You actually took it?
I did. I could only wonder the things that were going through this guy's mind as he was airbrushing the logo on the small of my back.
Wow, that's amazing.
And then, and you know, it's in the middle of the tattoo is when the shame set in. And I go back to my group of my friends, and my sister was there too because she drove me. Thank you so
my
much,
God.
Cece. And the looks they gave me is, I realized, okay, this was a bit too far. This was a nerd too far.
Yes. Oh man, that's fantastic. I kind of wish I was there to just slap some sense into you.
Thanks, Sal. Oh man.
Oh man, that's great. All right, well, on the list of embarrassing things I've ever done, nothing.
I don't think it doesn't. I didn't mean for it to be about embarrassment. It's just.
Oh, I know. Oh man. I guess I have a similar kind of thing. Like you. The thing is, I guess you don't really comprehend that you're a nerd until you're kind of like embarrassed or ashamed of it. So
Unfortunately, yeah.
Unfortunately, or are like bullied for it, but
Well, I have, maybe because you're older than me, but I certainly have been bullied for it in a while.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely ended up getting a lot better to be a nerd around your time in high school. My time was still a tiny bit rough, so but I think the time I figured out I was a nerd was when me and my cousin would like essentially LARP, but we didn't know. We would essentially LARP, but we didn't know what the heck that was in the first place. And we would, in his front yard, pretend to be ninjas from Naruto. And we would play these games and have this like system of like leveling up and stuff.
How old were you guys?
Like elementary, middle school.
Oh, that just sounds like normal kid stuff, though.
I mean, yeah, but I'm also like, he's your age, so I'm like 3 years older than him too. So I mean, he was still in elementary, where I was like in middle school, going into high school, right?
Right.
So
I see.
yeah, and so just. We would play and it'd be fun, and then I just remember like these kids walking by and laughing, and I was just like,
Sal.
and then it just hit me like all of a sudden. I was like, I'm a nerd. Like, this isn't cool. I mean, it was cool, but it wasn't cool to other people. So I think that's probably around the time. I don't think I ever got made fun of in high school or anything, but that's because I was like a closet nerd, so
Listen, now we can show our nerd pride like unabashed.
I know, it's so great. Let your freak flag fly.
Well, listeners, that's apparent. Those are our stories. LARPing and tramp stamps.
You know, the huge.
Huge. But we'd love to hear when you realized, you were a nerd. And it doesn't need to be an embarrassing memory. That just happened to be the one that stuck out to me a lot right now.
Yeah. So, I mean, and especially like looking back, you can actually pinpoint a lot of times you're like, man, I was a nerd, but I didn't even realize it.
Oh, definitely. Like, I could have talked about all the times fucking the time I cried losing my first Pokemon game. But I don't think that was as entertaining.
Yeah. But anyway, it was a pretty slow week, but
Really?
we had some good stuff like the Nintendo Direct, and we had a couple trailers drop for some things. I think that's it though.
I mean, I feel like those trailers are very exciting, and I think this is like starting to build up this slow ramp to April.
Yeah, which is nice, especially because like, I don't think, well, are any of those movies coming out in April?
Hellboy is.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, oh man, that's just adding another thing to the list in April. March, get out of here. Yeah, so I'm going to be talking about one of those trailers, so I'll be going first this week.
Ooh, tell me, what'd you get excited about then?
So I got excited about the new Dark Phoenix trailer.
Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, the problem is I'm excited, but also very scared. Mostly because it's X-Men, and X-Men has not really been doing also well lately. Because Apocalypse wasn't great, and what other movies were there?
First Class?
First Class was fine.
Days of Future Past?
I
You didn't like Days of Future Past?
I have a lot of friends that really enjoyed it, and I remember enjoying it, but rewatching it and stuff, I don't really care for it. I don't know why.
Oh, dang.
So
I really loved it.
Yeah, I don't know why. Upon further viewing, I was just like, this is fine. So
then your fear for Dark Phoenix is just X-Men just doesn't have a great track record so far, right?
yeah, and the problem is you're adapting Dark Phoenix, one of those very convoluted and ridiculous plots that they love to pull. So,
I will say that trailer, I was not able to glean any information from it. Other than that, like, Jennifer Lawrence might die.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's got me excited because it seems to be holding up a little bit better than other... I mean, we don't have much to go off. In Apocalypse, Phoenix was shown just a tiny bit, and then, we got the first iteration of X-Men who did the Dark Phoenix a very bad disservice. My God, was that bad. But so I'm going to be giving you guys a quick history lesson on the Dark Phoenix, because not a lot of people know who the Dark Phoenix is, and if you tried to read the comics, you'll probably be like, what's happening? So
Please give me that Dark Phoenix abridged.
Yeah, give you the best summary, and hopefully not the what the heck. So, first of all, the Dark Phoenix saga was written by Chris Claremont, with art by Dave Cockrum and John Byrne?
Sorry.
Yes, always butchering names, but, So, what happened is the Dark Phoenix saga is actually split into two parts, which is just the regular Phoenix saga and the Dark Phoenix saga. So first of all, we have to go through the Phoenix saga, which starts with Jean Grey and the X-Men traveling through space, and they happen to travel through this radiated solar flare, which is how Jean Grey gets the powers of the Phoenix. I guess
this is very Fantastic Four, it sounds like.
Oh, it is very Fantastic Four. I guess like they couldn't travel through this weird radiation solar flare thing, so Jean Grey took control of the ship and tried to go through it with her psychic powers on her own. Don't really understand how that works, but she failed. But she didn't die from the radiation. Instead, she got this power called the Phoenix, which is apparently a separate entity, and I'll get into that later because that's where it gets convoluted. But so they go through this field, and she gets the powers of the Phoenix that basically offers her, hey, I can give you power, the power you need to protect your friends. And she's like, oh, okay, that sounds like a good idea. And so she gets this power, and then classic X-Men style, the Hellfire Club, who is a villain group in the X-Men universe, are like, hey, I want Jean Grey. And so one of the characters, the villain, Mastermind, takes control of Jean Grey's mind and like forces her to join their side. They make her believe she used to be this villain, and so she switches sides. And the X-Men free her, but her mind got warped by Mastermind so much that she started believing she was a bad guy, and thus, basically, that's when the Dark Phoenix is born.
Holy crap.
Yeah, so the Phoenix inside her is like, hey, I'm an all-powerful being. I don't need to be Jean Grey anymore. So she takes over, like, Jean Grey, and she starts killing people. And she starts first killing Mastermind by expanding his mind so he tries to comprehend the entire universe, but it becomes too much, and his, like, mind, like, melts or something.
That's a creative way to kill someone.
So, yeah. And then the X-Men are like, holy crap, we need to stop Jean Grey, or the Dark Phoenix, and they try to stop her, and they get their butt whooped. And Jean's like, hey, I want more power. So she goes into space and slingshots herself to a different part of the universe and consumes a sun, basically. All the power of a sun, which causes like this massive like solar flare or something like that, and it destroys like a nearby planet and every creature that basically lives on that planet.
Oh wait, are there aliens in the X-Men universe?
Yeah, because they're part of the Marvel universe.
Ah, okay.
So, yeah, so she takes all this power from the sun, and she's like, well, that wasn't enough. I want to destroy more things. So she goes back to Earth, because why not? I don't know why she would pick Earth, but she goes back to Earth, and the X-Men are there to try to stop her. And so they get in this big fight with the Dark Phoenix, and they are losing, essentially. Professor Xavier gets in this like huge telepathic battle, which seems to be working. But then all of a sudden, the X-Men and Dark Phoenix are transported to this other world where the Kree and their queen are living, and they're like, hey, you destroyed this planet, you need to answer for your sins and be put to death. And okay. So the Dark Phoenix is like, well, I'm not having any part of that. And the X-Men are like, yeah, we can't have Jean Grey die. And so the X-Men fight the Kree and all the soldiers in this like weird battle to decide the fate of Dark Phoenix, and everything starts going awry. They start losing when the Dark Phoenix like is like, screw all this, and so she like starts beating everybody up. But then I guess Jean Grey is like, no, I don't want to be Dark Phoenix anymore, and
From
steals,
nowhere?
yeah, from nowhere, and steals like a part of their tech and kills herself with it.
Oh,
Yep. And yeah, that's the Dark Phoenix saga in a nutshell.
what the?
Yeah, it's weird, and I'm not entirely sure why everybody loves the story so much, because it's not that great in my opinion. But yeah, and then so after that happens, of course, as comics like to go, they want to resurrect these characters that have died, so they want Jean Grey back. But the person at Marvel, I guess who was head at the time, was like, you can't bring back Jean Grey if she's still like this villain. And so what happens is they write in this story where it turns out that the Phoenix wasn't Jean Grey the whole time. So what happened was when Jean Grey and the Phoenix Force got like merged together, the Phoenix Force threw Jean Grey into the bottom of this, like, I think it was the ocean or some river, something like that, and put her in this cocoon and left her down there, and she just took all the memories and the looks and everything of Jean Grey and became her.
That's one hell of a retcon.
Yeah, and the X-Men were just like, okay, well, this is Jean Grey. And so that's how she comes back, because she was alive the whole time, and Jean Grey didn't actually die. It was just the Dark Phoenix. So yeah, that's Dark Phoenix.
I'm trying to process this right now. Because if they try to bring this to the movie,
Right?
I feel like I'll just be like, they're gaslighting us.
I mean, to be fair, the aliens, the Kree, are the people from Captain Marvel. So they're coming to the Marvel universe, but they're not crossing over, so I doubt it. But so yeah, here comes the Dark Phoenix trailer for our new X-Men movie. And to be honest, it actually kind of looks like they're pulling from the comics a lot more than they have in the past. So in the trailer, you see this girl with white hair who's essentially a villain, basically controlling the Dark Phoenix. Uh-huh. You see this segment where they're in space and they get hit by this force, which is where I'm assuming where she gets the Phoenix Force. I don't know how that ties in with she already like had the powers in Apocalypse, but let's not talk about that. And they have the same like kind of story with Xavier trying to stop her and the X-Men trying to stop her. So, I mean, it seems like they're doing a better job than they have in the past, but it's also it's kind of like, how do you adapt this story, right? Because everyone loves this story of the Dark Phoenix, and the Dark Phoenix itself is like super cool and powerful, but what can you pull to make this story compelling non-comic book readers, essentially?
Ah, I see. This
Yeah.
might be an example where pulling from the comics too much is a little too nuts, then.
Exactly, I think so. So, I mean, this isn't Doom Patrol. Like, it's not trying to be weird because it's weird. It's just weird because of the people that wrote the saga.
So, then how concerned are you for this movie?
I mean, I'm fairly concerned. I'm still gonna go see it, right? Because it's X-Men and I love X-Men. Mm-hmm. And I love Sophie Turner too. And it seems to be doing a decent job. I mean, the problem is I don't want them to adapt the comic book directly anyway, like other people do. So, I mean, I have like I have a little inkling of expectation, and I'm worrying just in the slightest. So I don't think it's gonna get in the way of it.
Oh, nice. Because I wanted to say that I'm actually pretty excited for this movie.
Oh, okay. after hearing the history of...
After hearing the history, it's tempering my expectation a little, which would have been nice for Apocalypse. I feel bad. I liked Apocalypse too. I shouldn't be saying bad stuff about it.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited about Dark Phoenix mostly because of Sophie Turner. I remember watching Apocalypse and I'm just like, I feel like she's being very underutilized here.
Yeah, she's a good actor or actress, and I think she does Jean Grey pretty well. So, I mean,
like, I think she can, but they really made her like a very early Sansa character, like in Apocalypse. I'm like, oh, come on, Jean Grey is so much better than this.
Yeah, and the thing that does make me worried is, so despite the fact that the story is weird, this saga happened like in the middle of X-Men. It's like X-Men 170 something, and it's all about like the relationships, right, between like Scott and Jean, and like the X-Men and Jean. Like, they don't want to hurt her or kill her, they just want like to stop whatever this Dark Phoenix is. And we kind of have none of that built relationship between these characters in the movies. So that's kind of what gets me worried, because like, why should we care, you know?
Yeah.
But
now, I want to address something from the trailer, because it seems like Mystique is really close to Jean Grey right now. Was that a thing? Okay.
No, that's not canon at all.
Oh, so this is... Okay.
Mystique is kind of been like the centerfold of the X-Men franchise at the moment, where like she
terminology.
she has like, she does not have these kind of ties with these peoples in the comics. So yeah, I don't know. That's just like them just forcing Jennifer Lawrence into a lead role, I guess.
I mean, I'm into it. I love Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah, I mean, I do too, but Mystique is supposed to be like
a villain.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens.
For the most part, we're both excited, I feel like.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. So,
is there a release date yet?
Nope, it just says coming soon.
Great.
Tragic.
Well, at least it's something to look forward to, at least.
Yeah. So, the trailers that we're not talking about today are Detective Pikachu got a new trailer.
It did. I was going to mention it briefly, but I don't have too much words on it.
Yeah. And then Hellboy got a trailer also.
Yeah, that one's coming out in April.
Yes, add it to the list. And it was a Red Band trailer, so I'm like, okay, I'm into this.
Was it the Hellboy trailer looks very exciting, but I don't know anything about Hellboy other than the few animated movies I've seen and parts of the Guillermo del Toro one.
Yeah, I'm not a Hellboy fan. I actually have the graphic novels on my shelf that I have never read.
How many?
I got them as a gift. I think there's 8, but the problem is, so the graphic, I got graphic novels 1 through 8, except number 2. Number 2 is missing. And I was just like, okay, well, I was going to read it, but now I have to go buy number 2. But I do know it's very like Constantine-esque, where it's like this person that has to deal with all this underground magic and demons and stuff. Mm-hmm. And he's like a very witty character. So, I mean, if it's anything like Constantine, then I'm 100% for it. And then Detective Pikachu, well, we all know my side. I love it, and I'm going to go watch it, but I don't know about you.
I'll talk about it in a bit. All right. Before we get into what I got excited about this week, we want to do a little plug here. As you may or may not know, we're going to be participating in a charity live stream on May 17th. That's called Livestream for the Cure. It's hosted by the cool guys at the Epic Film Guys podcast. But, why don't you guys hear it from their mouths?
I'm Nick. And I'm Justin, and we can't believe it's already time for the 2019 live stream for The Cure.
Thanks to our amazing peers, listeners, and supporters, last year we crushed our goal of $5,000 for the Cancer Research Institute.
The Cancer Research Institute is funding research into immunotherapy to create a future immune to all forms of cancer. Every single cent we raise goes to them.
And they're also rated over 92% on charitynavigator.org.
This year, we're aiming our sights even higher with our most ambitious event to date.
Join us May 17th through the 19th on twitch.tv/epicfilmguys for 40 hours of live content from us and other amazing shows who will join us to try to reach $7,500.
Please visit www.livestreamforthecure for more information or to find out how you can be a part of the event. Together, we can make a difference.
But yeah, so that's what I got excited about. Alan, what did you get excited about this week?
All right, I got excited about two things, but they're kind of short, so bear with me. So, like we said earlier, Detective Pikachu, the second trailer dropped. And before that second trailer, I was very on the fence. I didn't really think I was going to watch the movie. It was so terrifying.
Yeah, I remember you and Kazel both, like, cringing when I said I wanted to go watch it.
I couldn't believe you wanted to watch this. But after the second trailer, and I don't know what happened, maybe, like, I've become desensitized. But I'm actually excited to see this movie now.
Yes, one of us.
There's a very cute throwback in the movie with the Snorlax sitting in the bike lane sleeping.
Uh-huh.
I'm just like, oh my god, it's just like the game. And there's just, I think maybe it's just Ryan Reynolds now, and his just like very sarcastic tone of voice and his witty humor that, you know, as coming from Pikachu, and then just watching Pikachu swear in the middle of the trailer. I kind of want to, I really want to watch this now.
Thank you for blessing us, Ryan Reynolds.
He has a YouTube channel, and he did a short promo for becoming Detective Pikachu, and it's just a small comedy bit where he says he melts into the character, and then he has Blake Lively being his wife being pissed at him. Funny.
Nice.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if I want to go any further than the Detective Pikachu trailer, because it's just giving us a little more, like, I don't think I'm super interested in the plot of the movie so much as just seeing the thing.
Yeah. I mean, you're there for the Pokemons.
But the Pokemon trailer I do want to get into a little more was Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Yes. Why Sword and Shield?
I have a little theory, but, on February 27th, 2019, we got a Pokemon Direct that revealed the Nintendo Switch version of Pokemon that's coming. We're getting Generation 8.
Yes.
And I think it is Sword and Shield because we are in a Great Britain themed region now.
Oh my goodness, I should have thought of that.
There's a lot of really good memes coming out about, like, oh, the champion of the Pokemon League better be the queen, or there's like a Pokemon that's like Nidoqueen, but with the queen's face on it.
Oh my god. Curse you, internet.
No, but the trailer looks phenomenal. I thought Sun and Moon looked very good, but it was really held back by the 3DS's hardware.
Yeah. And
there was a mod you could do to the ROM file where you edit the hex a little and you pull out the outlines, and it really and you put it on an emulator to bring it up to 1080. But Sun and Moon looks absolutely beautiful when you do that. And they're doing that for Sword and Shield, right? Except you still have the outlines.
Right. Because you played Pokemon Let's Go, so how does it compare in, visuals?
Uh, the art. Well, they both look very beautiful, but the art styles are very different.
Okay.
Because Pokemon Let's Go was kind of pulling. All the colors in that one are really like bright because I think they're pulling from Pokemon Go.
Okay.
Yeah, but I would say that the kind of art style for Sword and Shield is more reminiscent of Sun and Moon, and it looks a lot like Sun and Moon, just not in Hawaii or the Pacific Islands.
Yes.
All right, and we got a sneak peek at what our new set of starters is, and my goodness, Sal, I'm always so surprised when artists like they get just a glimpse of something and they're able to generate art like that.
Yeah, like they never take any time. It's like so like the trailer dropped and just like an hour later just so much art for these Pokemon. I'm just like, oh, I love all of this.
It's so good. But I'm probably gonna pick Sobel just because I always pick water. But I think for these starters, they may have took the cute dial and dialed it a little too high and then broke the knob. What was the last Pokemon game you played, Sal?
All right, so the last Pokemon I played was X and Y.
Oh, okay. So still no 3DS. You're only missing one.
Yeah, I didn't play Sun and Moon, and then I didn't play like Omega Ruby or Omega Sapphire. But yeah, I'm fairly aware of all the starter Pokemon, and I have like a curse with starter Pokemon where
a curse.
Yeah, like I always end up picking the starter Pokemon I like, and I always hate the evolutions of that starter Pokemon.
Ooh.
So I always end up having like to play the game again with the starter that I like the evolutions for.
Well then with what we're given, what do you well, I guess I should ask, are you going to get Pokemon Sword and Shield?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh,
Rising
nice.
of the Shield Pokemon.
Damn it, Sal. Okay, so right off the bat with what we're given, which one do you think you're going to go with?
Probably Scorbunny because I love rabbits.
All right, listeners, you heard it. Avoid Scorbunny. They're going to have shit evolutions.
Exactly. So the last evolutions were with Litten, and I liked Litten, and I hated Litten's evolutions. Like I don't like Incineroar.
But Incineroar is good with children.
I don't care. I hate children. That game was actually different because I waited to see all the evolutions first.
They also gave it to us before the game came out.
Yeah, so I didn't even pick Litten. I picked was it Rowlet, the owl?
Yee.
So I really loved. And Poplio, I think, was the seal.
Mm-hmm.
I actually hated the seal until I seen the evolutions, and I was like, oh my god, so majestic. But yeah, so that game, and then the game before that was with Chespin is who I picked. Mm-hmm. And I didn't like Chespin's evolution, and I love foxes. I didn't like Fenix evolutions either. So
was it a little too furry for you?
It was a little bit.
Aww.
So I have a bad feeling that Scorbunny is gonna have these like weird evolutions that I don't like, and Grookey is actually the one I like the least, and is probably gonna be the one I end up liking the most.
You don't like Grookey? It looks cute.
I mean, it's cute, but I like Scorbunny and Sobble better. So
there's a fear right now that for Scorbunny they're gonna make it end up fire and fighting again. And that's really overused for starter Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's just the fear.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. They could go something really weird, hopefully.
Oh, I want them to go something weird. We got so many weird things in Sun and Moon, and we got nothing gameplay wise. But Z-moves really changed everything in Sun and Moon, and I can't wait to see what kind of like mechanics they add here. And like, what was going on with that end of the trailer where you saw your character going to play football?
Oh, yeah.
That was interesting.
That's so confusing. It's like, oh, okay.
But unfortunately, we're gonna have to wait till late 2019. That's the day. That is the time they gave us for Sword and Shield.
November. We all know it's November.
November. But at the end of the direct, they did hint that they're working on other Pokemon spin-off titles.
Yes.
So I really do hope that means a return of Mystery Dungeon.
See, somehow I knew you were going to say that. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't even remember you mentioning you played the game, but that just has like this giant cult following. And
well, you know me, I'm a part of so many cults.
I've never played the games and I don't get the hype because I see gameplay and I'm just like, this looks okay, I guess.
Do you enjoy Diablo-esque games like isometric dungeon crawlers?
No, not really.
Well, there you go.
Oh, all right then. Glad we chalked that up to I won't like it.
I mean, but that's really all it is. You're going through procedurally generated dungeons, and
oh, okay.
I love that.
Well, I mean, if you love it, then that's great.
No.
As me and everyone else, I would love another Pokemon Snap, please.
Ooh.
Please, for the love of God, that would work so well for the Switch.
I'm thinking like a Pokemon Snap with the Switch like motion controls.
Yes, it's like the camera. Oh man, that'd be so good. And you know, we've been clamoring for like another Pokemon Stadium. So
I feel like I'm sorry, so I think that series might be dead now.
Yeah, I know.
Now that we have 3D Pokemon.
I know. A person can dream, right?
Only dream.
Are there any spin-offs you would like to see?
Other than Mystery Dungeon?
Yeah.
I would... Okay, so... I've tried... The spin-offs I tried, I did Conquest, I did Pokemon Ranger. I had a really fun time in Pokemon Ranch for some reason, even though that was just a glorified storage system. But of those, I just really liked Mystery Dungeon so much more. Maybe it had to do with the weird, like, you're a person and then you got cursed to become a Pokemon storyline.
Nice.
But just Mystery Dungeon. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, and then they could be just working on a bunch of stuff we've never heard of. So that's exciting too.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They could do another Pokken.
Yeah.
So the second thing I got excited about, okay, give me a second, because this is a little iffy. I'm a little iffy on this, but the second thing I got excited about was Destiny 2.
Okay, that's a game that's already out, right?
It is, but what's happening is, on March 5th, what is known as Season of the Drifter starts. So, yeah, in the middle of last year, after Destiny 2 Forsaken came out, they released an annual pass, and it kind of transitioned that Destiny 2, and I think it was building up to this anyway, just based on the way releases were in their DLC, but it's now going to be like a live updating game, where every week you come back and there's going to be something new.
Oh, like a phone game?
Yeah.
Okay. That's like the only thing I could tie it to.
Nah, you're good. But this week, Bungie released a video documentary about Season of the Drifter, which is what this next kind of DLC segment is. And my relationship with Destiny is very strained.
Okay.
Because I came into Destiny 2, and I really wanted to like it, and I had a really fun time. But when I got to the end, I realized how empty it was. And after a few not so great practices that they had at the beginning, I really got turned off to it. And it wasn't until last week I finally got back into Destiny, and it just reminded me of like all the reasons I love this game. This game, Destiny 1 originally came out on consoles and I couldn't play that, but this game has like a really deep lore to it.
Uh-huh.
And they're 3 expansions in, and they've started like really building up like getting to this final battle with the quote-unquote darkness. And I know you probably don't have any exposure to Destiny.
None at all.
But I wanted to bring this up. And what got me into Destiny was that I'm not a big fan of sci-fi. I haven't watched any of the Star Wars movies except for the new ones. Don't at me. And the only other sci-fi property I watched was Firefly, which you showed me, Sal.
Yes.
So I got into Destiny because one of the best characters in video gaming, because they're like a robotic Deadpool, was voiced by Nathan Fillion.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, he's dead, Sal.
Well, happens.
And that's what brought me into Destiny. And I've just really fallen in love with like the world that they've built. Of it's post-apocalyptic, just everything, and the last remnants of humanity are just trying to survive. And they have these superpowers, but you've got people who are mortal, but that doesn't matter, right? It's still horribly tough. Yeah, I guess I'm just liking like that tooth and nail you're fighting for every moment kind of feeling you get. But back to the Vidoc, because the most exciting part for me is that at the end of the video documentary, they mentioned that the work they've made on Season of the Drifter, they're really starting to see what a Bungie-controlled Destiny 2 is looking like. Because also, within the last month, Bungie and Activision announced that they're separating on Destiny 2. Bungie is going to have both developing and publishing rights for Destiny 2 now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I wonder now, was it at least my concerns from when the first game came out? I think maybe that is just like the, needs of the publisher over like the kind of artistic vision of the developers. Because when you watch the video documentary, these people working on the game, they really like Destiny. And they're very excited for all the stuff coming.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have developers that are very passionate and then people higher up that kind of just have to do business. So,
But that also might be unfair of me to say about Activision. But I think it's looking to be a very interesting next 3 months for Bungie and Destiny 2 at least.
I see.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, I didn't talk about something you had a lot of exposure to. But a message to everyone out there, Destiny 2 story and lore, I think, is definitely worth a check if you enjoy dramatic, like, space fiction. And that's what we got excited about this week. Thank you so much for enthusing with us. If you enjoyed what you heard, share it with a buddy so you can nerd out together. If you have any recommendations for improvements, feel free to leave them in the comments of our SoundCloud, our iTunes, or Stitcher, or you can join our Discord. We have dedicated channels for recommendations on improvements and just, really cool things we should check out and talk about. A link to our Discord can be found on our SoundCloud page. Ratings and comments on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Stitcher would really help with podcast visibility and just word of mouth also. And before we plug our social media, I wanted to do a plug for Livestream for the Cure again. So the awesome duo at Epic Film Guys, they are running a live stream called Livestream for the Cure. And this is their third year doing it, where they're raising money for the Cancer Research Institute, who focus on immunotherapy treatments for cancer. We're going to be, we're making a guest appearance on Livestream for the Cure on May 17th at 2:30 Pacific Standard Time. And it would really mean a lot to us if you, told your family and friends or anyone that might be interested about this event. And again, that's May 17th through the 19th. And you can find them on Twitch at Epic Film Guys. All right. Anything you want to plug, Sal?
Yeah, so you can find me on Twitter at Salzik. I post a lot over there. Mostly random stuff, but usually it's always relevant nerd news. And then I'm on Instagram at Mr. Salzik. Don't post much there. And I stream on my friend's Twitch channel Thursdays at 6 PST. His channel is Where is Suspiria. And quick shout out to my brother who dropped by last week and gave 200 bits, so that was nice.
Ooh.
Come check us out. We're playing Red Dead Redemption 2.
And you can find me on Twitter. I'm at ArielEyes_. I don't really post too much on Twitter, but if any other podcasts or are looking to do collaborations, hit me up. I would love to get more involved in charities or just getting guests on our podcast. Thank you again so much for listening, and we'll see you next Wednesday.
Goodbye.